Hello, welcome to Chem 100. I wanted to give you a brief tour of our Canvas site because you will be on here accessing a lot of the information for the course. So, welcome. My name is Kim Neighbor. I'm your instructor, and I'm fine if you would like to call me Kim. I have no problem with that. If you want to learn a little bit more about me, you can click on the instructor information tab, and that provides you with a little bit of my background, where I come from, and how you can most easily contact me. This course is set up to navigate through it chronologically, so I intend for you through the modules to start at the top and work your way through it throughout the course of the week. So this first week you'll want to be going through that introduction, learning a little bit more about the course and the syllabus, how to access your textbook, and so on. So as you work through this chronologically, that you can either click on each one of these tabs, or from inside of the tab there is a button that says next, and you can click on that next button and it'll take you to the very next page and allow you to keep working through it sequentially. Now, if you ever want to get back to home, you can click on home. I will be posting announcements of reminders and things to do each week, and so keep an eye out for those announcements. Another really good way to stay on top of things is this to-do. So the to-do shows you the upcoming assignments and things that are going to be required at particular due dates, and so you can click on those to get directly to the to-do, or you can work through them chronologically like I showed you. Another good access, or another good place to look if you want to know what's coming up for the semester, is the syllabus tab. That again shows you all of the due dates and when things are due for you, and so you can click on that to see what is coming up for the course of the semester. Yeah. So, you may be asking yourself, well, how exactly do I do a lab science course online? And so, one of the things that we're going to do for Chem 100 for the lab is I'm going to have you either pick up or have sent to you a little kit of equipment that includes things like a balance and a graduated cylinder, so that you can make some measurements and do some labs on your own, hands-on. Okay. If you have any questions as to how to complete those labs, don't be afraid to reach out, and I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. But here in that first week, there is a tab on the equipment that you need, and it walks you through how to get a hold of that little kit. So you can come, if you're on campus, you can walk by and grab it from the chemistry department office. If you are not on campus, we can contact Julia Rowell, and she will get it to you. So there are a few things that you're going to have to pick up yourself because we can't ship them and hand them out. And those are things that you may already have around your house. So things like table salt, distilled or bottled water, vinegar, baking soda, a small bag of chips, some paper towel. And I did try very hard to keep costs down. So make sure that if you're picking it up, or if you know other people in the course, you can pool your resources. You don't need a very large container of these things. You can keep the smallest one that you can find in the store. At the end of the semester, you are also going to need a few leaves of red cabbage. So if you get a salad mix and there's some shredded red cabbage in that, you're welcome to pick that out. We don't need a lot, we just need a little bit of it, but that is going to be something that we work with at the end of the semester in the lab. Okay, so speaking of the labs, while we're on that topic, I will show you. So you do need a lab manual that you can get from the bookstore. For the very first week, I've provided you the information that you need so that if you are having it mailed to you, you have a little time to get it. But the labs are laid out. They talk about the purpose, any materials that you're going to need. This is a dry lab, so 2 different types of labs that we're going to be doing. Dry labs are things that are on the computer or in your lab manual that you work through and use the information provided for you. Wet labs are ones that you're going to need that equipment kit for, and I'll show you one of those in just a second. Walk through the different tasks that you need to perform for the lab, and then any assignments that go along with the lab. So this one you're going to be filling out an Excel form, completing a safety agreement saying that you understand the risks and the safety procedures for the lab. You're going to submit that Excel report form and also take a dry lab quiz based on the information that you went through. Okay, so that will be what to expect for a dry lab. Let me show you a wet lab real quick. Again, this is one that you're going to need materials for. So here, for example, is a wet lab. And wet labs and dry labs are always due on Mondays. So assignments are due Thursdays, and wet labs and dry labs are due on Mondays. So the wet lab, again, there's the purpose that's provided for you, why we're having you do this. The materials that you're going to need in order to complete the lab. So in this case, the ruler, the graduated cylinder, the digital scale is all provided for you in the kit. The penny and some beakers and the eyedroppers are all provided for you. You are going to have to get some water and some ice and use a camera either on your phone or a different camera. Okay. So there are tasks. Again, these are located in your lab manual. So the procedure, I'll show you what it looks like. I've included it for this lab, but the procedure lays out and tells you step by step what it is that you need to complete for the lab. See, it's going to be a little slow loading. There we go. So again, materials that you need. It gives you some background information so that you understand what we're doing in the lab. And this is in your lab manual as well. I've just included it for the first couple labs. But learning objectives, a reality check, any safety information is provided. And make sure that when you carry out these labs, you do have goggles provided. You do need to be wearing your goggles for these labs. So this one you're going to do some uncertainty, include the uncertainty in your measurements, do a safety scavenger hunt, and explain to me what you would do in case of some situations. And then again, it just lays out step by step what you need to do in order to carry out the lab. And you will be doing an Excel file for this lab as well. Yeah. Okay. So once you have completed the lab, you can submit it to the lab assignment site, and then it will be worth 20% or 20 points. Okay. One thing about the lab is you do need to make sure that you are completing the labs and submitting them. because you do have to, because this is a lab science class. I know the math doesn't work out, but you need to pass the lab with a 70% or better in order to pass the entire course, because lab is a very important part of the course. So you do need to be making these measurements, completing the labs, so that you can receive a passing grade in this course. Okay, so if any questions come up as you're doing the lab, as you're progressing through the course, one easy way to get a hold of me is through Cisco WebEx. And there's a couple ways that you can do this. You can download the app onto your phone or your computer. That works quite well, and there's more features available if you do that. You can access it through Canvas. So if you click on Cisco WebEx, you'll have to sign in with WebEx. And then there's a chat. So this is a chat that if you have a question, it helps not only you for the answer, but also can help many of your classmates, because they may have the exact same question and not know how or what to ask. So you can pop your questions in here. Somebody else in the class can answer it. I can answer it. And I do try to get back to you as quickly as possible in this communication. If you don't feel comfortable sending it to everybody, you are welcome to look up my information. Just look up for my name and Kimberly Neighbor, and you can send me a private message as well. Okay. If you're not real comfortable with WebEx, you're also welcome to email me at neighbork, NABERK, at uww.edu. Okay. So for this course, we're going to have several different types of assignments. So you're going to have those wet labs and dry labs. Again, you need a 70% in order to pass the course. We're going to have homework assignments to make sure that you're staying caught up in the material. And then you are also going to have projects that you can complete, and you're welcome to complete them in groups or individually, and there'll be directions if group work is possible. And then you will also have quizzes just to make sure that you're understanding the material. So if you ever have any questions on any of this information, please feel free and don't hesitate to reach out and let me know. And I am here to help you. I don't want you to feel like you're in this course all by yourself. I'm here to help, so don't be afraid to reach out. So I'm looking forward to this course and interacting with you. And I hope that you are able to have a better understanding of chemistry once we complete the semester than you started the course with. So thank you and have a great course.